Okay, so we are recording, okay. So we're going to go over something again that we did last week, briefly, and hopefully we'll explain it in a couple of different ways as well, so that if you're not getting it, you might, get the next way. We'll just carry on until we get it. If anybody is not getting it, just say, because there's probably another couple of people who are going, I don't know what she's on about, but I don't really want to ask at this stage, so please just ask, just interrupt me. So we are looking at enharmonic equivalence, which is a very, very fancy way for saying what. Come on, someone who was here last week. Shemak, tell me what an enharmonic equivalent is. Picking on you now, because we had a conversation about it afterwards, didn't we?
Enharmonic is it's for example F sharp and F.
Nearly, yeah. You're kind of on the right track, aren't you? So it's basically when two keys have the same name, isn't it? Yeah.
So F sharp and G flat.
G flat, yeah. So basically, if I bring up the piano keyboard now, which looks like this.
So would C major and A minor be?
No. No. They are relative keys, relative major and minors, but yeah, they are very closely related.
It's C sharp, D flat.
Yeah. So when you're looking at this keyboard, which is really small, there you go, guys. Can you see that? So as you can see, all the black keys there have two names, don't they? So you can see that F sharp is also known as G flat. G sharp is also known as A flat, etc., etc. And that is what is known as an enharmonic equivalent. So it's a very fancy way of saying there's two names for a key. Yeah? But also, we can have white keys that are enharmonic equivalents as well, which sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But in theory, in playing, if I was playing a B, and then I went to semitone up, it would be C, wouldn't it? I'd play C. However, in theory, you can have a B sharp. So C is also known as B sharp. Yeah?
Yeah.
B,
is that where you start adding double flats in there?
Yeah. So eventually, if you're looking at, B sharp and stuff, you can also call it, if we had C double flat, we'd have C, flatten it twice. And it's also called A sharp and B flat. So it gets a bit confusing, doesn't it? But it's basically, if I said to you, Liam, okay, what's D sharp's enharmonic equivalent?
E flat.
Yeah. So it's a really fancy way of saying that it's got two names. So what in grade 5 theory, what they're looking for you to do is to rewrite some scales given the enharmonic equivalent. So if I had a scale of F sharp major, what else would that be known as?
G flat major.
G flat major, yeah. So they want you to write it in flats rather than sharps, which means that obviously it occupies a different space on the stave, doesn't it? And you have to make sure you have the right amount of flats and sharps and things in. Why? I mean, Chris, I think Chris, you said this last week, didn't you, really well? Why on earth would you write something in G flat if you can write it in F sharp? Why would you do that?
I don't think that was me, but...
Oh, was it not you? Somebody said.
It's probably Dan.
Why would you write it in a different key? Well, the answer is because, sorry, was somebody going to answer there?
Yeah, it depends on which key you're playing in.
Yeah, can you elaborate
like
slightly? Can you elaborate slightly?
God, I don't know. It's...
Yeah, and you're getting at the right thing, it's just expressing it, isn't it? So basically, if you're writing for certain instruments, such as saxophones, trumpets, they are flat keys. A trumpet's in B flat, alto saxophone is in E flat. So you give them a piece of music in flat keys, you wouldn't give them, you wouldn't give a saxophone player a piece of music in D sharp, because their instrument is in E flat. So it makes sense to transpose it for the horns, doesn't it, and things like that. So guitarists I mean, this is a really general sweeping statement, and any guitarist feel free to shoot me down, but guitarists generally prefer sharp keys. They like to write it, they like to play in E, D, A. You know, if I give you, it's preferable, isn't it, to E flat or A flat or whatever, because that's how we learn. They're the keys with the sharps in, and they're the ones that we just call D or we call A. Same as chords. We always learn chords with sharps in before we learn the flat chords, weirdly. I don't know why, but guitarists like sharp keys, horns like flat keys. So that is why it's preference really for different instruments. Okay, so that kind of brings us to, we're going to do a couple of simple exercises. And then we're going to take the exercises from the book and see how we get on, okay? So let's just get rid of, I'm going to try and be fancy now and just do another share rather than closing everything down again. So stop that. Screen share. And you guys see my browser there, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. So, so we're going to look at this lovely manuscript paper that some of you haven't seen for a while. And before we do this, I don't suppose anyone can offer any technical support. My Mac keyboard, which is this thing from work, all the numbers on the top row and the @ and the delete key have all stopped working. Anyone, any clues? Or is it just like going by a new
Probably
keyboard?
best asking Chris because he's got a Mac.
Yeah,
You
Chris?
might just need a new keyboard.
Yeah, if you got it from work.
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't be
really
surprised.
inconvenient because all emails have an @ so I can't type
Yeah.
and I can't do the
Copy and paste one.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's all the most inconvenient keys. It's like someone who doesn't like me very much has sneaked in and thought, how can we mess with it? It's all the keys that you kind of need. Okay.
Yeah, my keyboard at home just literally can't do a hashtag.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Right, okay, folks. So we've got a piece of manuscript in front of us, obviously. What I would like us to do initially is to write a B flat major scale in treble clef. So have we got any volunteers who might like to have a go at doing this? Any volunteers? It's all very quiet. Okay, should we do it?
Was that a flat key signature we were saying?
Yeah, it's a flat key signature. It's B flat, isn't it? So if we just
B flat.
B flat. So B for bananas. B for bananas. Okay, so you need to annotate it, don't you? And put your treble clef in and write out a B flat major scale. How many flats has B flat major got in? Just give me a show of hands, fingers.
Is it like 5? I think, or actually no, it's 6, isn't it?
Listen to Chris and Chloe.
I actually can't see their screen. I'm on my phone.
Okay, so it's 2. B flat major's got 2 in. Yeah, so don't make it too complicated.
Yeah, I don't have any notes anywhere.
All right, don't worry, we'll have to go together. It's not way, we've got a treble clef, excellent. So what we need to do is obviously start on B. We can start below middle C, so we keep it all nice on the stave. Just put your 8 notes in, and then we'll put our flats in. See if I can, yeah, you can start there, great. Yeah, good. Whoever blue is smashing it. Fantastic. Well done, guys. I know it's a bit rubbish, that, isn't it? Yeah. So 4, 5, 1 sitting on the top line, 6, 1 through the A, yeah. And then 1 sitting on top of a ledger line. Fantastic. Well done. Okay. So we need to put our flats in. So B flat has, if we type in, 1 sec, I'll just show you. Yeah, well done. So if we do our Father Christmas gets drunk after 8 beers, what we're doing is, oh, didn't spell that right, did I? After 8 Gins. Not quite, whoever's put that in, good effort, but not quite. Okay, so we'll work through this together, ignore that. Won't let me do it, right. So we need Father Chris, oh. Undo, abort, right. Yeah, E flat and B flat, well done. So we got Father Christmas gets drunk after 8 beers. So the way to figure out the flats is, if we go from the right hand side, we're looking for B flat. So we take, yeah, well done. So we take the one before and everything after, don't we? So it's got a B and an E flat in. Don't forget to make the top one flat as well, because that's also a B, isn't it? It's the same as this one. So it's got to be flat also. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so we've got a B flat scale there. Okay, so what is B flat also known as? What would be its enharmonic equivalent?
A sharp.
A sharp, fantastic. So if I asked you to write out the enharmonic equivalent to B flat, we'd have an A sharp scale, yeah? Now all we need to do to figure out an A sharp scale is cover the one before. We're going to write out A initially, not A sharp. Cover the one before, and they're the sharps we've got left. So show of fingers, how many sharps have we got? Someone's highlighted it. Fantastic. So we've got 3 sharps in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to write out an A major scale. See if I can draw this in. Hopefully. So we're going to start on A, B, C, D, E, F. I'll let you guys put the sharps in, G, and then a very rubbish A on the top there. Brilliant, so we're putting our sharps in. We've got 3 sharps, so we've got an F, a C and a G. Brilliant, really good, so we just need to put G in. Brilliant, okay. So now to make this an A sharp scale, because it's the enharmonic equivalent to B flat, what we need to do is raise everything by a semitone. So everything that's natural in this scale will become a what if we're raising it by a semitone? Yeah, I'm lip reading, well done Chris, it's a sharp, yeah. So if we raise a natural by a semitone, and then the sharps become, annoyingly, double sharps because we raise them by a semitone. In practice, we'd just play the next key, wouldn't we? But in theory, it becomes a double sharp. So the symbol for a double sharp looks like this. So we're going to write that out again. And you guys can put the accidentals in. So everything that's natural now becomes a sharp. And everything that's sharp now becomes a double sharp. Feel free, go for it, guys. Have a go, see if you can write on it. Come on, black and blue, don't let me down.
Can you repeat what are we doing now, Kali?
Yes, of course. So this is A major, yeah? A major scale. Now we need to write out an A sharp major scale. So we're raising every single note by a semitone. So anything in this scale that's natural now becomes sharp, and anything that's sharp now becomes double sharp. Yeah, so red is in there, purple is in there, putting the double sharps in. But don't forget, we must make the natural sharp as well, because we're raising everything by a semitone. So we start putting those sharps in. Not double sharp, just sharp. So whoever purple is, yeah, just sharp there. Not a double sharp, no. Oh yeah, it is what I'm talking about, So someone's done a double sharp wrong there, haven't they? Good, so we got sharp, sharp, double sharp, because it's the C that was sharp, so that should look like an X. Yeah, well done. Well done, guys. Brilliant. Okay. This should be a sharp. Have we got the idea? So what you're doing is you're writing the enharmonic equivalent to B flat, which is obviously a bit tricky when you talk about A sharp. We're not talking about an A major scale. Everything's got to be raised by a semitone. Okay, let's do another one then. Chloe, pick a key that's got a flat or a sharp at the beginning, please. So A flat or A sharp or B flat, E flat, whatever. She's having a good old think. So any letter, Chloe, and put a sharp or a flat in front of it.
G sharp.
Which?
G sharp.
G sharp, okay, good one, Chloe. So I'll just unshare this a minute and share it again so that it's blank. G sharp's a good one because the first thing we need to do is write out the G major scale, which is really easy, isn't it? Okay, so G sharp, we got G sharp. Okay, what's the enharmonic equivalent to G sharp?
A
what?
A flat. Sorry.
A flat, exactly. So it's that key, isn't it, that sits in between G and A. Now, if you know these keys, write them out. A flat's dead easy, isn't it? So we pick G sharp. Okay, so we're going to write out a G major scale. Let's put this in again. So how many sharps has G major got in it? So we covered the one before. Well done, Chris. You're saying 1. So can someone circle it? So we covered the one before, and that leaves us with an F sharp. Okay. So I'm going to write out a G major scale with 1 sharp in, an F sharp. Okay, so we got an F sharp in there. Excellent. Okay, now to make that a G sharp scale, we're now going to raise everything by a semitone. So I'll put the notes in, I'll let you guys put the accidentals in. Okay, go for it if you can. So everything has to be, yeah, well done. So we've got an F double sharp, brilliant. Yeah, purple is on fire today, whoever purple is, really good. And black, yeah. Yeah, fantastic. Brilliant, okay. So when you see a key with a sharp in front of it, so A sharp, G sharp, whatever, the thing to do is write it out in its natural form first and then raise or lower everything by a semitone. Okay, so we're going to write out the enharmonic equivalent, which we've discovered is A flat. So I'll put the notes in. Show of hands, please. How many flats has A flat got? I've left it here, Father Christmas Gets Drunk, so it's the one before, everything after Chris is on fire today. Well done, Chris. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so go for it, put your accidentals in for A flat. Well done. So we should have 4 flats in there, B, E, A and D. Good, and then the top one as well, because that's also an A, isn't it? So it looks a bit like it's got 5 flats, but that's actually the same note as that. Great, so that's just the enharmonic equivalent, G sharp, A flat, same, exactly the same. So we'll do one more and then we'll move on. I have to stop this to make it full. Oh, no I don't, there we go. Clear all drawings, badoosh, look at that. Right, okay, so one more then, let's pick on Finn, who's looking very quiet and sheepish. Finn, just give us any letter, any note that's got a sharp or a flat in front of it. Oh, the pressure, it's like countdown, isn't it? We've got the clock timer on. Anything, Finn?
Well, I'll just be a guess. I can't remember anyway. E.
E flat or E sharp?
What is it you needed again?
Just, I need a key that's got a sharp or a flat in front of it. So do you want to do E flat or E sharp?
E sharp.
E sharp, good call. Okay. So we got, which is a really good one actually, because what's E sharp's enharmonic equivalent? So what's E sharp also known as?
F.
Yeah, well done, yeah, brilliant. So, yeah. So, oh, let's get rid of this. Why am I sharing this? Okay. I've done something that I can't get rid of. Hang on. Sorry guys, we'll have to go back to that. Technology is great, isn't it? Okay, so we got E sharp. Which enharmonically is also known as F. Because on the keyboards, there's no E sharp, is that it just goes to F. There's no black key in the middle, so we just go straight to the next one. So that's really good, isn't it? We just have to write out an F scale for that one. But E sharp is going to be quite tricky, isn't it? So first thing to do is to write out E. How many sharps has E got in it? Show of hands, please, or fingers. Yeah, well done, Chloe, well done, Chris. Some people still working it out. Yeah, well done. So you cover up the one before E, and it tells you that it's got 4 sharps. So let's write out E. E. And feel free to start putting the sharps in, guys. You put the accidentals in. So we should have F, C, G, and D. Good, yeah. Fabulous, really well done. That's good. So one more. We've got F, G, C. We need a D sharp. Well done, Black over there. It's fantastic. Okay, so we've got 4 sharps there. Now, what do we need to do to make it E sharp? I'm going to put the notes in and take it away, guys. Good, good, yeah. So we've got some double sharps in there. Brilliant. And then everything else also gets raised by a semitone. So that becomes a sharp. Be good, wouldn't it, if we had like a hashtag that we could, I don't know. Okay, fabulous, really well done. So that's brilliant. And then the next thing we need to do is write out its enharmonic equivalent. So, in fact, we'll do this one in another clef just to make things life more interesting. Okay, so we're going to write out F major in tenor clef. So remember, the lines spell D face, don't they? So where do we start if we're writing out F major? Yeah, well done. Where do we start if we're writing out F major? Good, yeah. So we start here. And how many flats has F major got in it? Should all know this one now, it's really basic. 1, yeah, well done, Shemak. Do you want to put the appropriate flat in? So we're looking for a B flat, aren't we? Fantastic, okay. So do we kind of get the idea of enharmonics and what we're doing really to, is everybody all right? Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, and approving nod. Is everyone good? So
Thumbs up.
Shemak's like this, he's doing in the middle, he's not quite sure. Okay, so
50-50.
we'll have a little look at some of the exercises in the book now. Let's have a look. Okie dokie. Couple. Okay, so we'll do this one first. Okay, so this is one from the book. You can see my nice table plot there as well. That's a bonus, isn't it, on the background? Okay, so what it's doing, guys, is it's asking you, the first thing to do is to write out the key signatures in all the different clefs, which we've done a little bit of before. And you will notice that some of them are enharmonic equivalents. So F sharp major is the same as what? What's F sharp major also known as? F sharp's other name is?
G flat.
G flat, so we've got G flat there. D sharp minor is also known as E flat minor. So what it's asking you to do basically is to put the enharmonic equivalent key signatures in. Now this is the most difficult it's going to get, up to 6 sharps and flats. Yeah? Okay, so F sharp major, how many sharps have we got in F sharp major? Oh, all those cahoots, all those cahoots when you see how many sharps is it F sharp major. Awkward silence, okay.
6.
6, well done, Shanna. Okay, fantastic. So what we need to do is put 6 sharps in. So we always start at the highest possible F unless we're on tenor clef, in which case we don't because it would come off the stave. So we need to put 6 sharps in our F sharp major. Any volunteers? Just put dots, you don't have to put the hashtags because it will take all day. Any volunteers? Yes, well done. So Father, Christmas, gets, drunk, after, 8, yeah, brilliant guys. So they just go in the order of the okay, so now we've got, yeah, good, so we have an extra sharp there, so we must make sure it's got 6. Now the next one we've got is alto clef, which we haven't talked too much about. Middle C runs through the middle. Well done. And then what we need to do is put our 6 sharps in, but starting on the highest possible F. So if that's C, we got D, E, F, which is in the space. So red is smashing it, well done. And then we need our C, we're going to do Father Christmas Gets Drunk after 8. So where's C? We know that, yeah, good. G, yeah, D, which is just above the C, yeah. After, yep. And then an E, fantastic, so that's really good. Okay, sorry, I'm being harassed by a cat again. Every week he does this. Right, okay, so the next one, we can't start on an F up there because we're massively off the stave. So where do we start this time, guys? Well done. Yeah, so same, and then we need a C, yeah, gets. So it's just the one above, yeah, and then the one above that, yeah, and then A, yeah, well done. Brilliant, okay. Now you notice this pattern, once you've got your F and your C in, It's just the one above that, then the one above that, then the one above that, then the one above that. It's the same with these. So once you've got your F and your C in, when you go back up, it's going to be the one above the F. When you go back up, it'll be the one above the C, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then finally then we've got a bass clef. So we're going to start, where does the, so towards the top F, brilliant. Who is red? Red's doing brilliantly. Who is red? Well done, Shema.
I read, but I have notebook here.
Ah, okay. Father Christmas gets D after 8. Yes, the cat just answered me then. He went, "Meow." Yeah, okay. Fabulous, well done, guys. So basically, you're putting that key signature in all the clefs. So the next one is a D sharp minor. Now, we figured out if, I want to look at the piano keyboard, we figured out that if we're looking for a minor key, all we do is we count up 3 to find the major, don't we? And it's the same key signature. So let me just share this screen with you for a second. Okay, so we've got D sharp minor, it's asking us for. So if we've got D sharp minor, so what we need to do is we need to count up 3 semitones to find the major key so we can figure out the key signature. So we've got D sharp minor, count up 3 semitones. What does that bring us to?
Yes, F sharp.
F sharp major, yeah. So if we're looking for the major key, so it's exactly the same, isn't it? It's exactly the same as the previous one. It's the relative.
For major, can I ask something?
Of course.
When we're looking for major, we go into a head, yeah?
Yeah, 3 semitones up if we're looking for minor.
And when we're looking for minor, behind.
3 semitones down, yeah. Okay. So it brings us back to this one. Fortunately, it's got rid of. So it's exactly the same. All you would do for D sharp minor is you would repeat what you've done there because it's the relative major and minor. Make sense? So don't be fooled by looking at keys and thinking, oh God, it's really complicated, because sometimes they're just asking for the same thing in a different way. Again, it's kind of relative majors and minors and harmonic equivalents. Okay, so the next one then we've got is G flat minor. G flat major, sorry. So we're just going to put some text in again. So how many flats has G flat major got in it? 6, well done, Chris. Yeah, we've got 6 flats. So the first thing we need to do is put our flats in. So we've got B, E, A, D, G, C in that order. So first flat, somebody put some dots in for me. Good. So we go B, E, A, D, sorry, this is G, C. And that's the order the flats go in. They go in this little sort of step thing. So we start on B, 2 steps, go back down, 2 steps, go back down, 2 steps. So if we're in alto clef now, middle C has changed, hasn't it? So where is B? Where's B flat? That's D, isn't it? Because it's above middle C. Middle C's in the middle. Well done. Yeah, so the next thing we need is an E flat. So where's E? So middle line is C, and then we got D, E. So it's on the line, not in the space. So it's basically one below the treble clef, isn't it? They're all just one below, because middle C's just moved down one. Okay, continue. I've put him on the spot now, okay.
What note now? Now?
So it goes backwards here, Shemak. So we've got B, E, A, D, G, C. Yeah, so we've got B, E, A. So it's just one below the treble clef, so. Okay. And then obviously it slightly changes again in the tenor clef. So this time, where is B? Where's B on the, if this is middle C, where's B? Well done, so it's the one below middle C, and then we've got E, which is up there. And then they kind of follow a little pattern, don't they? It's just the one below the following one you did. Okay, and then we've got bass clef. So we need to find a B flat and bass clef. Where's B flat? Or where's B? Well done. So it's good boys deserve fruit always, isn't it? Or football always. And then we've got E. Good, yeah. And then they follow the pattern of just one below the last one you did. And they look like that. Okay, then we've got E flat minor. Okay, so we're going to go back to our keyboard. Can you guys see the keyboard? Can you guys see the keyboard? No? Okay, good. Gosh, it's really big now, right? Okay, can you see that keyboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's asking us for E flat minor. So to figure out the relative major, we just go up 3 semitones. So we're on E flat. Don't forget, it must be a flat, not a sharp.
G
So
flat.
what's the relative major?
G flat.
G flat.
or
So
F
it's
sharp.
not F sharp because we're asking for E flat. Yeah, we're in a flat key.
Yeah, so G flat, yeah.
So G flat, which is
B flat?
exactly the same as the example we've just done, isn't it? G flat major and E flat minor are the same. So you would just copy what you've just done. Has anybody got any questions at this point? No? We all good? Excellent, okay. And the last exercise I wanted to do with you, we've only got 10 minutes or so left, but let's just crack on if everyone's all right with that. Sorry, folks. I am the worst at screen sharing, aren't I? The absolute worst. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Excellent, okay. So what we have here is it's asking you to add accidentals where necessary to make these scales. Okay, so we'll move on to melodic minors next week, I think. I think that's a bit much for today. We've got a bit of, we've done a lot, haven't we? So let's have a little look, please, at F sharp major. So don't forget, it's saying do not use key signatures. So you don't put the key signatures at the beginning. What we're going to do is make certain notes sharp and flat and do it that way. Okay. Well done. Someone's done our, well done. Shemach, are you read? Yeah, good. Okay, so we've got F sharp major. We're in alto clef, which means it starts on an F at the bottom. And it's asking us to put in the relevant sharps. Now, we've already worked quite a lot on F sharp major today. So how many sharps does F sharp major have?
Six.
Well done, Liam, 6, okay. So what it's asking you to do is literally just put the relevant sharps in. So which notes are sharp in F sharp major? It's everything except B, isn't it? Because if we think about F major, it's got one B flat. So if we're on F sharp major, we've raised everything by a semitone. So F sharp major, everything will be sharp and B will be flat, B will be natural. Does that make sense? So we want to sharpen everything except B. So don't forget now, we are in alto clef, so B isn't where it usually is. B is below, so you're making B sharp there because we're in a different clef, aren't we? Whoever black is, well done, but this should be a natural because it's B. No, that one was right. The one before was right. Excellent, okay. So this is a B because it's just below middle C, so we leave that one natural. And then everything else is sharp as well. Well done, looks good to me. So if we were F major, all those notes would be natural, wouldn't they? And then we'd have a B flat. Because it's F sharp major, we've raised everything by a semitone, so this is what F sharp major looks like. Okay, let's see if we've got... Okay, let's do one melodic minor one, just to really wreck your head. Okay, so melodic minor, don't be fooled by melodic minor. It's major with a lowered third. That's all it is. It's a major scale with a lowered third. So let's try E flat melodic minor. Let's make this scale E flat first. So how many flats has E flat got in it? So your F, C, G, A, B is up there. How many flats is E?
3.
3. So put your flats in. We've got an E, an A, and a B. So it's all laid out for you there, isn't it? The scale is written. We just have to put the accidentals in. So I'll help you out a little bit because we ain't got loads of time. Although no one's going anywhere, are they, to be fair? So we've got an E flat. So that's that note and that note, well done. And then we've got a B flat and an A flat. Fantastic. So this one and this one. And all we need to do is lower the third to make it melodic minor. So guys, so we're going to lower the third note from the root note. So we go 1, 2, 3. Lower this one as well. And it gives us melodic minor. So melodic minor is literally a major scale with a lowered third. So we could do a bit of that, couldn't we? Okay, I think we'll leave it there for today, guys. I'm just going to quiz you before we leave. So a couple of weeks ago, I asked you to memorise the theoretical names for the degrees of the scale. So if we're lowering the third note, the bottom being the tonic, what would be the official name for the third? Shannon's got his head in his hands.
What was the question again? Sorry.
So a few weeks ago, I asked you to memorise the official names for the degrees of the scale, which start on the tonic. So the root note's known as the tonic. And then the third, which we've just lowered, what is that note known as officially? What's the proper name for it?
Mediant.
Mediant. Well done. Okay. Chloe,
I was
please.
just going to go straight in for super dominant.
Super dominant. That's
Well,
like
what's the other one? Is that what it is? Because I know there's one. It's like dominant. And...
there's a super in there, but it's not the super dominant. You might be thinking of the subdominant. Okay.
Oh, right.
What's the second one called, Chloe? Can you remember?
It is super tonic.
Supertonic. Well done. So we had number 1, tonic. Number 2, supertonic. Number 3, mediant. Number 4 is
Dominant.
Dominant.
superdominant. Subdominant, sorry. I'm saying superdominant. Subdominant. 4. Number 5 is the dominant. Number 6 is
Submediant.
submediant. And number 7 is da da da. Come on, guys. Number 7.
Is it the leading tone?
It's the leading tone. Well done, Chloe. And that's because it leads back to the octave, doesn't it? So if you remember that, melodic minor is the major scale and we just lower the mediant or the third note. One thing to remember is if we've got a descending scale like this, E flat minor, don't go 1, 2, 3 and lower it because that's not the mediant, is it? We're starting from the bottom there. So it's tonic, supertonic, mediant, and then we lower that one for melodic minor. Okay, let's stop that. We've done quite a lot today, guys. We missed Matty as well, didn't we? I wondered if he's...
Daddy said he just got to his sisters, so that's why he's not here.
Yeah, don't worry. He can catch up, can't he, with the what's named the video. I'll pop the video up. Right, has anybody got any questions? Please ask me some questions because there will be people sitting there going, what on earth is she talking about? No clue what that means. Okay, let me throw some questions out there. I'll ask you one as you appear on my screen. Okay, Shemach, as you are in the top left-hand corner there. Oh no, you've just moved. He's turned his video off. Right, okay. So Kai, you are now in the top right-hand corner. What is the enharmonic equivalent, please, to D flat? What else is that key known as?
I don't know.
C sharp.
C sharp. Well done. I'll share the keyboard with you in a minute. Okay. Finn.
Sorry, Kai.
That's all right. That's okay. Finn, what is B flat also known as? So you've got to think about the key that comes before B, haven't you? And then sharpen it.
A sharp.
Well done. So we know the alphabet way, so you have to think what comes before the note, don't you, and then sharpen it. Okay, Claire, what's the enharmonic equivalent, please, to G sharp? So what comes after G and then flatten it?
A flat.
Well done, brilliant. Okay, Shemak, please, give you a tricky one as you answer Kai's question. What's the enharmonic equivalent, please, to E sharp?
E sharp.
Hard, this one. It's a bit mean, actually.
D flat?
Oh.
No, D flat. Sharp.
Okay, this might help.
So D sharp.
So I said E sharp, what's the enharmonic equivalent?
S.
Well done. So E sharp would be raised by semitones. Okay, Chris, what's the enharmonic equivalent to C flat, please?
C flat. There is no C flat.
There is. It's called something else, isn't it?
Unless you mean C natural.
If we flatten C, you see that on your keyboard? It's called.
I can't see what's next to it. Hang on, the thing's in the way.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, B.
So it's also known as B, isn't it? If you have to write an enharmonic equivalent to a B flat, to a B scale, B sharp scale, it's going to be a C scale. Okay, Liam, one more then, please. What is the enharmonic equivalent to E flat?
What was that? I just heard flat.
Oh, sorry. What's the enharmonic equivalent to? What does it say? E flat.
E flat, D sharp.
It's D sharp. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, once more then. So number one of the scale, the first degree of the scale is called the tonic. The second degree is called
Supertonic.
supertonic. Third degree is,
Median.
well done, Shenaf. He's brilliant today, isn't he? Fourth is called,
Dominant.
Subdominant.
well done, Chloe. Five is
Dominant.
Dominant.
Six is
Submedian.
With median.
median. Seven is
Leading
Leading
tone.
tone.
leading tone back to the octave. Okay. Right, guys, I'm going to put the exercises that we've done today up on the group along with the video. Have a go. Don't be fooled. If you get something like D sharp or F sharp or whatever, figure it out in its neutral key first. So figure out D, figure out A, and then just raise everything by a semitone. By the same token, if you get something like, you know, E flat minor and you think, oh God, just work out E minor and then lower everything by a semitone, and it makes life a little bit easier if you know kind of flats and sharps. Okay, so we shall leave it there for today. Any questions, anyone? We'll good? Yeah.
What's the harmonic equivalent of C double flat?
Oh, Christ, now you've got me. So C flat would be B, so it'd be B flat, wouldn't it?
That's right.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thanks. Any others? Any more? Say like what, you know, something ridiculous like, what is the Queen's middle name? I don't know.
How many sharps in C?
Oh, it's a tricky one, that, Chris. Depends if you're talking C sharp or C flat or C natural.
C natural.
No. Right.
Well done.
Do me grade 5 me. Amazing. Okay, folks, so I'll stop recording now.